Well, I read the story several years ago of Ellen, a sweet librarian in her 50s who was late for her first knitting club. And so she grabbed up her yarn and needles and went running up the front steps of her friend's home. And on that last step, she tripped and fell on top of all of her gear. So she got up, dusted herself off, knocked on the door, came into the house, and about midway in, she noticed her chest began to hurt. And so as she sat down and it persisted, she finally looked under her sweater and saw that a large wooden knitting needle had punctured her breastbone and was resting in the right ventricle of her heart. Needless to say, 911 was called. They took her to the hospital, and after a touch-and-go surgery, they saved her life. And yet as she went home, the strangest part of the story came when she got a call from her radiologist. As they had done numerous scans before the surgery, one had noticed that she had an enlarged lymph node, telltale sign of breast cancer. And so after a long, difficult road of chemo, she emerged victorious over her cancer. The strange irony is that they would not have detected that cancer if that sewing needle hadn't punctured her heart. That needle saved her life. Now, why tell you this? For this very purpose. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. It's interesting, we believe we have control over our lives. I'm going to a knitting circle. No, you're going to the hospital. And actually, you're going to go on a totally different road than what you expect, but it might be better for you than what you can imagine. And James will warn us as we look at our own lives to consider, if the Lord wills, we will do this or that. This world is not under our control. We're not the ones driving. And yet if we have humility to look up and see that our Lord is guiding things, and we get on board with what He's doing, we'll be amazed at where He might take us.